Good morning. Arthur Rafferty speaking on behalf of the Arthur Rafferty Foundation. Now let me say first that this statement has nothing to do with my granddaughter Natalia Rafferty. It is solely has been made by me, Arthur Rafferty, the director of the Arthur Rafferty Foundation. Now, on Friday I took my granddaughter to that Laganside court, the family court. She was to appear at the request of the other side, who wanted an extra hour on the visitation rates. My granddaughter refused their appeal to the extra hour on the grounds that her child refused to go and had to be pulled out of his own home every time he had to attend that house. Now on Friday the 15th of the 12th, 17, we sat for over 2.5 hours waiting for some justice for my child. We had to sit outside court 4 or 5 while those scum of a legal team from the other side were inside the court talking to the judge, along with a person called Kirsty Milligan, a so-called child court officer. And between them they colluded to favour the other side against my granddaughter. The lawyer acting for the other side, a fellow called Tom McCabe, has already committed perjury against my granddaughter in the same case, as has his client who he acts for in the case. He came out of the court smiling like a Cheshire cat along with Kirsty Milligan. And there and then I knew that corruption had taken place, and the rest of that scum started to sing down to my granddaughter, "Party, party, party." This judge left the final say up to that person, Kirsty Milligan, as I have already sent her office the Children's Service Centre on the Shankill Road, 151-157 Shankill Road. A warning about that family and the son. Now, the affidavit my granddaughter sent to those people were: I picked Arthur up at the Women's Centre on the Falls Road and he was crying, and there was another woman there waiting on her child. I took him out to walk him up to the car. He was in a very bad state, shouting, crying and wanting to hit me. It took me a long time to get him up to the car. Now my grandfather had to get out of his car and walk down the street to carry him up to the car. That is the worst I have ever seen Arthur. This has been going on for the past 6 to 8 weeks, every time Arthur has to go to visit that house. When he gets home, he throws himself down on the floor, crying, kicking and punching me, and will not eat his lunch. Now, I am very worried about his change in attitude, as Arthur was always a very happy child. Now, my grandfather is also very worried at his behaviour, to the extent that he is going to seek the advice of a doctor for children who have been abused. He is a totally different child. I have already spoken to Kathy Downey, my attorney, letting her know of my concerns for Arthur's safety, and she told me to mention it to Kirsty Milligan, as she was very concerned about it. I think Arthur is blaming me for bringing him to that McColgan's house. Something will have to be done, as I do not intend to see my son suffer this abuse. And if I think that rapist who raped me in that house is interfering with my child, I will hold you all responsible for forcing me to allow my son to go to that house under duress and threats. My son has rights, and I and my family will enforce them, as Arthur is too young to know what is going on. Now, I want you to treat this case as urgent before something happens to my baby. My child is crying out for help, and no one in that corrupt court system cares. This affidavit has been signed by Natalia Rafferty on the 15th of the 11th, 2017. Now, also a copy of this letter will be sent to the Lord Chief Justice, to the Chief Constable, to the Attorney General and to the Human Rights Commissioner. But it appears that this person, Kirsty Milligan, took no heed to the letter and ignored my granddaughter's plea for help. She has sent my grandson into a house where his mother was raped by the son, while other members of the family were present and did not offer to help my granddaughter. They would not even phone a taxi for her. And there was 3 cars sitting at the door, and one was a taxi. And they had 4 phones in the house. And that is the house that Kirsty Milligan and her office have allowed that corrupt family courts and their legal team to send my grandson into that house. And I hope for their sake that nothing happens to my grandson by that animal who raped my granddaughter, and I will be holding you lot totally responsible if anything happens to him. And my granddaughter is in a terrible state at the thought of her son having to go to that house again. And for the state, my granddaughter left the court on Friday night just because that corrupt judge and Kirsty Milligan decided to hurt her because of me. Now, let me tell those corrupt scum in the family courts that the Arthur Rafferty Foundation will be on full alert to get that kangaroo court closed down, along with those who help and aid and abet them, and those corrupt lawyers and solicitors who do nothing to help the public, only steal the legal aid money. Now, to finish, I would like to state that my granddaughter's legal team of Christina Murray and Kathy Downey were first class and done everything possible against those corrupt people, but they were outnumbered and outclassed. Anyone who would like a tape of this story or any one of my stories can call me on my mobile 07715 921137. Leave your name and address and I will send you a tape free. Thank you. Anyone who has a story to tell and wishes me to air it can call me on my mobile 07715 921137. And remember, I will tell your story as you tell me. Nothing will be cut out. Watch more of my stories on YouTube, ArthurRafferty.com, YouTube Arthur Rafferty, Arthur Rafferty Docker, YouTube Jack Spot 2012. That is a tip about the brutal murder of my father by a 5-man gang of Sinn Féin IRA led by Freddy Scappaticci, aka Stickney, on the orders of the British government, the RUC, PSNI and the Special Branch. That Sinn Féin IRA scum Scappaticci carried out their orders on their command. Now my email is arthurrafferty1@gmail.com. Now I would also like to finish off and say, any members of the public in Northern Ireland who have had affairs with these family courts in Belfast and have had trouble with them, get in contact with my firm, the Arthur Rafferty Foundation. Ask for Arthur Rafferty, give me your name and address and your stories, because I am taking a pile of names over to the Human Rights Commission, as the Human Rights Commission here in Belfast is not worth a whistle, so I'll have to trouble to the head office. Thank you.